guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So we are on day 4 of our 5 days of one page wonders. So today I've got different colour papers today. I pulled out some other little bits and pieces. So this is more of a vintagey style I thought I'd go for, which is lovely. And I've got some little embellishment bits that I might like to use as well. So let's get started. I'm going to use this top piece. I've got some sort of like greeny bits. These are the bits that I found is in my paper stash. So I thought I'd use these today. Another very, very simple one. Really lovely to do, you know, a quick little project. So I'm going to take my cutter and I'm going to, this is from my autumn papers. Which I think is really, really lovely. It's a really nice paper. I'm going to cut, I think, what should I do? 6 inches. Should I do? No, 6 centimeters. We don't want 6 inches off the bottom, do we? We would have a little small one. So I'm going to just cut 6 centimeters off there. So what's that? Nearly 2.5 inches. So I'm going to cut that little piece off. I'm going to keep this. I'll pop that away. Now, let's hope this one's straight. I'm going to have, I think, this on the outside. So the first thing I'm going to do is just fold over a little bit on this end. Like that. Look, I can see it's not straight already. Right, so that little bit is going to be folded over. And then I want to fold this into 3. Like that. So like we did before, we'll just, shall I fold this like that? Or actually I might do this just a little bit smaller, I think. So let's just hop like that. So just mark it off. So I'll measure this in a second so you can see. And that needs to come, yeah, about there. Like that. Just sort of eyeballing it. And then this one can come over about there, like that. So that just opens up like that, nice and simple. So where's my little ruler? So what I've done, so this is going to be 11 inches or so, isn't it? 11.25 my paper is, and that's 28.5 centimeters. And I've just taken that off. So that's about 5.5 inches or 14 centimeters. And then we got 6 centimeters and then it's just under 2.5 inches. Okay, so the bit that I folded over first, I've folded over 1 3/4 inches or 4.5 centimeters. Okay, and then this bit I folded, which is 8.25 centimeters or 3.25 inches. And then this bit I folded over. I've left like a little bit of a gap here. And then the last piece will be just over 2.5, 2 3/4, and that's just over 6.5 centimeters. So roughly. So that will just give you a little idea. Okay, so we're going to fold this in 3. Now, this bit I want is a little tuck. So I want to just cut diagonally down here like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little cutter. This is from Journal Say. So a few of you have asked me where I got it from, and it's a Journal Say cutter. Guillotine. Which is just fabulous. I used to have the tonic one, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I was looking for one for a long time, and then this one was in Journal Say, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So this is a little spare. We don't throw anything away. This is going to go over here as a little tuck. So I am going to do a little bit of inking today, seeing this is sort of more of a vintagey looking one. So let's just ink this up. So these are just spare papers that I've had in my stash that I would like to use up. So if you can, just use up your papers instead of printing anything off. And I don't think it matters whether they match or not. if you know what I mean. I think sometimes it looks good when you've got a very random colour piece in the middle or a print on the other side. So let's just do that like this. I am doing these as well on shorts, on videos on my channel, and the first one I did for this, I had to, you know, really sort of condense it down and speed it up to get it all in, and get some music on there as well, and it was too quick. So what I've done, you can put 3 minutes on a YouTube short, and I've done it without sound, so you can just hear the paper and the cutting and things like that. So, and then that means it's if you don't have time to watch the whole video, you can just watch the short, and it gives you a basic idea of what I'm doing, with a nice bit of peace and quiet as well, which is nice. So I'm just going to take this little corner, that's the little bit we took off there, I'm going to just glue it to this side. So just a little bit of glue just down here, and this is tacky glue. I just use tacky glue because I like it, this bottle, this way. Just I made it upside down. This makes life so much easier than having to quickly shake the bottle all the time. So that's just for newbies, because I get lots of newbies on my channel, my lovely, lovely newbies. So a big hello to all of you that haven't seen me before, or haven't watched me before. So this bit I want to make into a tuck, so I'm just going to glue this bottom piece down. So it's just this little bottom bit, like that. And just glue that down. You want to have something to sort of lay flat a little bit. Get your bone folder or get something, your scissor handles or something. If you've got a pair of scissors, you can just rub it like that. I always use very, very big scissors. I don't like little scissors because they hurt my hands when I cut. So there we go. I found another box of all sorts of bits and pieces in here. So I thought I'd have a little change up. And I've also got my little autumn boho ones that I've got, but I was going to find something, whether I've got anything in here that would work. I might have to cut some of these down. So that's like a little tuck. So just to have that little corner, and then you can have something as big as this in there. So I might have to cut some of those down. So a little change up of little bits and pieces. So then this will just fold like that, and then fold like that. Love it. Right, this little bit. What can we do with this little bit? I'm going to make a little flippy flappy thing, which I think will probably come. I'm going to just cut it this much. I'm just eyeballing it, but I will measure it. Actually, first of all, I'm going to just fold that. I'm going to fold it because I want the little fold in it. Let me do that again. I don't want it to be too big. So I'm going to fold it there, like that. Because it's easier to cut this in a minute. I'll show you in a sec. So that's going to be 7.5 centimetres or nearly 3 inches, like I've marked on here. I forgot to say the other day, inches on there as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold that over, and then where I've just folded it there, I'm going to cut just a little piece here, just so that I can stick that down as like a little flap. So when I fold it, and then it stops, then it's easier than folding like a little tiny piece over. So I'm going to stick this onto there, so then this will just open out like that. So I'm just going to, shall we do a little round? I like my little round corners. There we go. Let's just ink this up. I really am loving doing all these little one page wonders. I think they are fab. And like a couple of you have said before, that you like to do things, you know, quick, simple things. So this is why I'm trying to do these for you, quick and easy. So I do listen to you guys of what you want. So when this comes out, let me know if you like it and if you want more of these. So can you see then this has got like a little flap, because we're doing the one page wonders with flaps and pockets. If I can remember. There we go. So look at that. Lovely. So let's take another piece. And I am going to add, I didn't bend this over because and have a whole piece, because it's easier to cut another piece off. So I'm going to cut this much off and make like a little tuck in there. So I will measure that like that. Let's do it this way, then I can measure it. Then I'm going to say 5 centimeters, about 2 inches of another bit. So we know this is going to be the same height, and I'm just going to round that corner off like that, because I want this to be a little tuck. Now, how much have we got left? A little bit on there. Let's just ink this around like that, and then that's going to be glued onto this little flat bit, and then that means we've got a little tuck in that side as well. So let's just glue this down. Once you get going, I'm sure you guys will come up with all your own little flippy flaps and one page wonders, little one page makes. Because I was thinking on this little pocket, do you know what I mean? You could have a little one of these or something. These ladies, I'm not quite sure whether they're going to be a little bit too big. But I don't think so. They'll be quite. Are they white on the back? Oh, they're white on the back. I don't like white on the back. Do you know what I mean? They're lovely. So there we go. We've got a little flip and a flap on there. So what else can we do? I'm just thinking of making this little bit on here, having like a little pad of paper, but using a little bit of this. I don't want to use this too much of this up, to slot the pad of paper in, if you know what I mean. I'm going to also want a little bit, so that's going to fold down, that's going to go there, that's going to go there. And then I wanted a little bit at the front like that to make a little pocket, little tuck. So I'm going to do this much. There wasn't any point in me, I'm going to do 6 centimeters, which is about 2.5 inches of writing all this out and doing all the measurements. Oh, I'm going to put it that way round, I think, because I would have just confused myself. So it's better to sort of visually see what I do than write it all down. It's easier for me. It may not be easier for you, but I'm sure I will make another one, and then you can see, maybe craft along with me as I do it. And then once you've made one yourself, you can sort of use that as your prototype, can't you? Even if you make it out of copy paper or something. So that, I'm just thinking I'm going to stick this on like that. But I want to make a hole in here to tie, as a little tie to go round, so I can tie it here. So maybe I will do that first. Is this going to be big enough? Oops, let's pop it that way. If I put that on there, oh, I'm not sure whether that hole is going to be big enough. I can always make another one. I'm going to put this on first so I don't use it. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue down the middle, well, not quite down the middle, but just down there, like that, and then along this bit, because I want this to be a little tuck as well. We like tucks. Right, I'm going to put it on like this, just so I know, look, where it's going to be. There we go. Does that look straight? I think so. So that's the front. So then we've got another little tuck there, little tucky pocket. That opens up, that opens up. So I could have made this just a little bit bigger, couldn't I? Because we've got this on the end. So guys, let's have a little think. Maybe I won't put that on there. Maybe I'll just put a little pocket at the back. I did have these. I've got some. Do you remember these, guys? You must know these little pegs. Do you have any in your stash? Because I've just found mine and I love them. I'm just thinking of using these to clip some paper on. Now, if I didn't have enough, I think this, I was going to use that, but I'm not going to. But then again, I might cut a little bit off just for the top of my paper pad. That's what I'm going to do. Or I could use this to clip it on. But these little pegs, they are just the cutest, aren't they? I've had those for many, many years and I don't really use them. So I thought today is the day. Right, I'm just going to take a centimetre of that. Now I don't want to lose that. I'll probably end up losing that. And I'm going to take this and this, turn it over. So this is going to be the back. And I'm going to make a little pocket in the back. A little tuck, not a pocket. Or I could make a pocket. Actually, maybe I'll make a pocket. See, lots of different ways that you can do it. They always change. My ideas do tend to change. But it's amazing what you can make out of one piece of paper, isn't it? Let's just pop that on there. Yes, I'm going to have this at a pocket, not a tuck, I think. See, I think I know what I'm going to be doing, and then I chop and change. So this can go on there like that, and then we can embellish that in a moment. So then we've got a nice little back pocket. That opens up and that opens up. Love it. Right, let's just ink this up like that. So this is just an added extra. Okay, so we've got our basic little doodah here, which is great, and you could actually probably stick if you wanted to write on that, but I just thought it'd be quite nice just to add a little writing pad on here, and then we can just clip it on and it can come on and off. So let me just get one of these little bit of paper. I'm going to fold this. Which way do you reckon's best? Probably this way, isn't it? Let's just fold this down like this. I think that's going to be a little bit longer, but I think that will be okay. Do you think we can get two? That will be alright, won't it? Just a little pad of paper on there. Like that. Now I'm going to use let's put that up there out of the way. I'm going to use this because my poor little cutter may not cut through it, and I love my little cutter, I don't want to break it. So what I'm going to do is just cut those two little edges off. And then we fold that over like I did, roughly, like that. And then I'm going to take my stapler. What did we do with my stapler? Here we go. And I'm going to just staple it first. A couple of little staples in there, just at the top. There we go. Couple of little, oopsie daisy, you stuck down, yes. 2 little staples in there, super simple. Look at that, that can sit on that, that closes over and this closes over, love it. And then to cover those up, I can just pop that little bit over there. I know you can see the back, unless we get what we got. Let's have a look. Maybe I could just add a little bit of this to it so we can't see. So it's not messy at the back. That's a good idea. Should we do that? Let's just trim this. Right, I've got my glue gun. Oh, don't lose that. My little glue gun here. Take this, pop that over the back. There we go, that's nice and tidy now, isn't it? Don't see the staples. This is just some of that, can't remember what's it called. Herringbone, is it herringbone stuff? Just going to put that like that, and then we can just stick. Oh my gosh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Stick that on the top. I don't think we need that. I really don't think we need that. We need this. Let's just ink these little bits. I'm going to round the edges, just so it looks nice and tidy. Just so. I'm only going to do a few at a time. Just like that. There we go, and then this side. I think I'll get all of those in. There we go, look at that, that looks better, doesn't it? Actually, I kind of like that. But we need to add our last little bit of paper, don't we? Let's just take a little bit of glue. What should we use? A little bit of this. Which side? I think we'll go that way. A little bit of glue. Pop that down and just put that on there like that. Look at that. That's fabulous, isn't it? And then that will just clip in there. Oh, I do like that. What should we have? Should we have a little one of these? I could quite like that too. That's lovely, isn't it? That will fold over there, that folds over there, and that folds over there. Loving this on the poking out the top. Super duper. Look how simple that was. Now we need a little closure. What do I have? What did I think? I think I had this one. I've got my little pink roses out. I'd love to use those. Maybe we can use that on the next one. Okay. Right, how are we going to do this? Shall I just wrap? I'm going to just cut a little bit off. I think this was white and I coloured it. I think I coffee stained it. It's just, I think it was white organza ribbon. And then I just coffee dyed it and it came out really, really nicely. So I'm just going to double this over. It's probably way too much. And try and pop it through that hole. Now you can pop a little, what are they called? Not a brad. A little eyelet in there, if you like. Oops. So I'm just going to double that over like that. And then take one piece and then the other piece, wrap that round, and then we can just tie that like that in a little bow. What do you think? That looks kind of nice, doesn't it? I don't want anything too heavy because I don't want that to rip. That just goes around there like that. Love it! Okay, so we've got a little pocket here. Let's see what we can pop inside. Let's have a look. I might have to cut, oh, I've got my little tags there. I might have to cut some of these down just to make it fit. Oh, I'm loving this. I think that's really lovely. He's kind of cute to go in there, isn't he? Just a few little randoms, little random bits and pieces. You're kind of cute. Don't know whether these are going to go actually. I did have these in mind to go in here, but I don't think they will. I'm going to cut this one down just a little bit off. So again, you can just embellish these and pop little bits and pieces in. That's lovely. I'm going to make it into a tag shape, just like that. I know we're white on the back, but I will sew around this one, I think, this little tag with a little bit of tea stain paper on the back, or coffee stain paper on the back. Look at that, how to make a quick tag. So you can go in there, how lovely. Squash everything. I'm going to put that in there because we can use that at some point. Will that go on the front, do you think? A little pansy in there? Doesn't quite go, does it? This one will. That little flower will, won't it? Oh, I'm kind of liking this one too. And then you can just embellish to your heart's content. Oh, I like these. I love these little ladies. Oh, I'm going to pop you on there. Where's this? It's just ink around. A little bit of glue. Like this. Pop that down. Oh, I do like this. This is lovely, isn't it? And we want something to go into this little tucky bit. And then you could probably stick something on here. Oh my gosh, all of these have got white on the back. You don't have white on the back. You could, actually, I might tuck you up there. Will you fit? Oh, not quite. But I am going to trim you down because I think that looks, I think she's going to look nice tucked up into this little bit. And guess what? I am going to round the corners. I think rounding the corners, it doesn't make it look so hard. Josh, I mean, I don't know whether it's, if you understand what I mean, but I think it just sort of softens it a little bit, doesn't it? There we go. That's nice because you can see her little face on there as well, and that doesn't cover it up. So what we're going to put in here, do we have another little something, little boy? You're going to get hidden. Oh, I could, that one goes that way. Could have a little otter. Oh look, we've got a little, I don't want to hide him. I'm going to put our lovely little unicorn on there. And we can pop a couple of little thingamajiggities in there. What have we got? There's a little tag, so that could go like that, couldn't it? Josh, I mean, so, oh look, I've got my little bits everywhere. So we have one side, so we've got a little flap, we've got this lovely little notepad, so that can just be taken off. So, you know, if you use it up, this is a fab gift one actually, isn't it? This is a really good stocking stuffer coming up to Christmas. Right, I'm going to pop those away because I think that's pretty much done, isn't it? Although we could have, actually I don't know, I think that's quite nice like that. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave that. That flops over there, that goes that way, and that goes that way. Oh, Oh, we've got a little back pocket. Oh, mustn't forget about the back pocket. Let's have a peek. Little otter. Oh, look. Let's pop our little otter in there. Lovely. Maybe I could have sort of stuck one of these on. I think we don't need it. Do you know, I don't think we need it. But we've got the lovely little otter in there. I'm going to just... I think we need a little bit of this on there, don't we? Let's cut that off. Pop a little bit of glue gun. You don't have to use glue gun, you can use sort of like something like the 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac. I'm just using the glue gun because it's sort of like quicker to do these. Gosh, I am loving this. Do we want a little bit of this on here? Just coming down there, just to match. I think maybe we can. Just goes along this bit. That on like that. Let's just pop you up there. Look at that, guys. Doesn't that look lovely? Let's pop you over there. Isn't that nice? And then this will just go around this way and tie onto here like that, or tie in the middle like so. Love it. I do. I think that's really, really nice. Oh, we've got a whole thing here you can embellish as well. But look at that, guys. Isn't that just lovely? Love it. So this is number 4. I am going to make another one just so that we can remember how to do it. So get yourself a piece of paper, and then I'm going to leave that open actually, and then we can make another one together. So I'm going to pop that up there so I remember what I'm going to do. Liking that. That will look nice on the outside, won't it? So let's use this one. Right, can we remember what we did? Put this over there. I'm going to take this. I'm going to cut 6 centimeters off the bottom or the top, whichever, whatever sort of paper you've got, whether it's patterned or not. This one you can have a paper which is going the, you know, the same sort of way. Right, I'm going to just fold that over. I'm not really fussed on measuring too much actually. I'm just going to sort of eyeball this, which is roughly, look at that, pretty much the same, isn't it? Which is good. Oh, shall we just use this as a template then? So I can put that like that, and then we just need to fold over to there. Like that. Look, I've got little bits coming down. Let's pop you there. So this first bit, shall I tell you? Shall I reinforce them? So that was like 4.5 centimeters or 1 3/4 inches, this bit. And then the next bit we folded was just over 3 inches, or that's 8 centimeters, like that. So we'll pull that down. And then this bit we can just fold over, just so you've got like a gap there. But this blends really quite nicely. There we go. But my papers, I don't know whether there's something wrong with my cutter, because I cut that really well, I thought. I've got glue stuck all over my fingernails. Don't know why that's not... Look, because that's got like a little kink in it. I think my blade, I need a new blade. That's what the problem is. Right, right, we've got this. Now I'm going to cut a little corner off here, like we did. Lift that up. Pop that down. Just like that. Nice little corner cut. And we'll add a little bit of ink. to it. So these don't take long. They're probably just one will take you about half an hour to make. So you could make you know, could you just do all of these together and then embellish them all at the same time if you wanted to do a little sort of oopsie daisy mass make, couldn't you? Like all of these things, you can just make them up and embellish them to go into your journals however you would like to embellish your journals, but they are lovely. I think I might make a couple of sort of Christmassy ones. Maybe tomorrow I'll do Christmas. Shall I do Christmas tomorrow? The last one? Do Christmassy ones? There we go. What do you think? Lovely. Let's do a little bit of this. A little bit of inking down there. Perfect. There we go. And then this little bit is going to just stick onto that corner, which makes it look great, doesn't it? Little up tuck. I like my little up tucks. Oh, wibbly wibbly wobbly. Pop that on there like that. So, perfect. There we go. Then we can stick this one down. Again, if you had like a long tag, you could glue this little bit down, but I think just gluing the bottom gives you a lot more options to pop stuff in there, doesn't it? Gives you bigger things to put in. Let's just fold that so it goes flatter. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Now, are we going to just eyeball this one again? So which way round shall we have it? Shall we have it so we've got this on there? I'm loving this paper. So again, I'm going to just fold this here. Like that. Oh, this glue's really annoying me on my end of my finger. So that little piece I folded over is about 7 centimeters or 2 3/4 inches. And then all I'm going to do is just snip it. Where I folded it, I'm just going to snip a little sort of tiny bit on there, just enough to fold it over. Like that. And then of course we can't forget our little corner, like that. A little bit of ink. There we go, perfect. And then that can just sit on there. Actually, I like the contrast between the two colours on here. And that's lovely. Let's put that on there. That can sit down. I have had a morning of cooking today. I made a lovely, lovely big sort of vegetable bake, which we sort of like divide up and freeze. It's a great way of using up veg, so it doesn't sort of like go off. But we have such fabulous vegetables here in Portugal. Lovely and fresh. So I've made a nice big vegetable bake. And then I've made a great big bolognese when I made some cannelloni. So I have had a busy, busy morning. This piece is 5 centimeters or 2 inches that I'm cutting off there. There we go. And then, so yeah, so the house smells lovely. Lots of lovely food. So that means that, you know, dinner is ready, which is so nice. It just means that I can craft a little bit later in the evenings. So I'm going to stick that on there like that. So then we've got these lovely little, I'm really liking the little round of everything. Let's just pop that down, a little bit of glue. Pop that on. There we go. Lovely. So that's our little flap on there, which is nice. So what else did we do? We did, oh, the front bit, wasn't it? So that goes on and that goes on like that. So we want a little bit on the front, so we could have the darker. We could, that bit, that's quite a nice bit, isn't it? So what did I do? What size with that one? Is that about the right size? Yeah, roughly. So let's turn it around that way. So 7 centimeters, or did I do it 6 centimeters? Ooh, I don't know. What was that one? Do you reckon I can sort of measure that? I think that was 6. This one was 6. So let's do it 6 so we have enough left over. Like that, liking that. Again, let's round the corners. You can get, maybe I should invest in one of those little ones, the corners where you have little patterns on. You have like little holes, they're like shaped, aren't they? Do you guys have those? Sure, I had one somewhere many moons ago. Did I? Yeah, maybe. But I think sometimes I had, some of the punches I had broke when I moved, so maybe I don't have it. That's really nice. I like that. Let's have a little hole in here. Because you have a hole, you don't need to have a hole. You could probably staple a little bit of something on there. But I'm going to have a hole. We're going to stick this on like that. Let's stick this on first. So we'll go down, all the way down to the bottom, and then this way. So we have a little tuck, and then the easiest way to do it is like that, so we don't get glue everywhere. There we go. And you can see exactly where you're popping it on. A little bit of glue. There we go. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. I was just going to get something to pop in there actually. Let's just have a little peek. Let's have a little peek. That's quite nice, isn't it? Maybe we'll cut her down. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Right, that's that done. And then what were we going to do with the other bit? I was cutting a little slice off there, weren't we? That's quite a nice little bit, isn't it? Which end? Not that it really matters. Let's measure the back, because this is the back pocket, isn't it? So let's just do that much. This end. 2 centimeters? A centimetre? I think it was just a centimetre, wasn't it? There we go. Let's pop that there. And then we have this. This one. Matches that, but I like it better actually than the darker. I like the lighter bit. Let's round the corners. There we go. Edges. Perfect. And I think, like I said in my last video, if you wanted to sew before you did all of these bits, stuck them on, you can just sew them all, which will look really nice. But I just wanted to do nice quick little makes, so I don't really want to sew on these, but I probably will at some point make some with with sewing. There we go, that's our little back pocket. That opens up. Oh, I am loving these. Let's put, I think we might have to have the same. Don't think I've got enough. This little bits of seam binding, I don't really think. That green is dreadful. I don't think that will go. It's not quite enough. Oh, look. Oh, look. I've got dark green. That might be nice. It's quite nice, isn't it? But because it's not sort of stuck on or anything, you can change it. That's what I mean. We're only just going to clip it through here. Let's just do that. Pop it through there. Like that. Pop all that through. Let's just see how much I need. Then pull that tight. So just be careful pulling these, because unless you've got like this way, I need to pull it, a little eyelet in there, because it's just paper, it will probably rip, so you've got to be quite careful. Right, so then this, actually we could go this way, that's it, like that, and we'll just tie that. So I'm going to cut it here. Pop that back in there, and then this just ties then. Oh, I quite like the green, that's quite nice, isn't it? That's kind of pretty, isn't it? Lovely. Lovely one. Okay, what we're doing now, we're making the inside. We're making our little thingy-jiggity, our little notepad, aren't we? So what did I do? I did it this way, didn't I think? Did I do it this way? Oh God, I can't remember. Yeah, I did. I did this way. Right, fold that in half. That was it, and then fold it in half again. And then I just folded this in half. Right, let's get this. Didn't I? Folded it like that then. Made like a little, let's fold that so we've got the little fold mark in it. And then I'm going to trim that down. Like that. Turn it round. Just a tiny bit. Oops. Oops, that's not going to stop. I definitely need a new blade. Pop that up there like that. We'll just fold that over and then staple it. A couple of little staples, and again, if you sew, you could just sew along the top of that with your sewing machine. Don't worry about your needle, your sewing machine needle. I just use the needle, a normal needle that's in there, the one that came with the machine, and it just sews fabulously on paper. Oh, there we go. Sometimes I think I do push my little tools to the limit for things. Okay, that's our lovely little notepad. Let's just ink a little bit around the edges. Shall I pop a little bit of this on the back? I think I will, because I think it also sort of like helps with the little clip, doesn't it? I think it gives it a little bit more to grip onto and hold in place so it doesn't slip, I think. There we go. Okay, and then we have our little piece here. Where's our little booklet? Which way round was I going to go? Doesn't really matter. I think this way. Let's just ink it up. You could round these little edges off. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just make it look a little bit tidy. This one is the little small one. This is the little diddy bit. Look, that looks good, doesn't it? Nice, looks nice and sort of finished. You know what I mean? Little round edges. A little bit of glue. And we can pop that onto there like that. Perfect. And again, look, all our little bits everywhere. I think actually the little, oh look, I've got little butterflies in here. Do you think these will hold? I made it a little bit too thick. Not really. Actually, I'll do one with the little pegs on, shall I? So if you've got little pegs, use some little pegs. If you're going to use little pegs, actually, I wouldn't put this on the back because it makes it a little bit thicker. But how cute is that? That's really, really lovely, isn't it? So do we have anything to put? Let me just pop this one before I lose it. What do we got in here? Let's have a little rummage through this. See if we can make another little something. Shall we just pop you up in there? Oh look, that must be a little bit bigger because that fits, but oh my gosh, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to round the edges. There we go. A little corner punch. Love it. And I think sometimes as well it makes it easier to slot things in. They don't get caught, if you know what I mean. So look at that, that just slots in there perfect. That can flip over. Those colours go really well as well. Oh, my little edge. Should we pop you in there? Or should we pop you in there? No, you're too big, you're too small. You'll fit there. And then we lose his little face. What should we have? I need something to go in here, don't I? Should we cut down one of our little fairy girls? Let's put this down. So it needs a little bit more. Tiny bit more on the other side. Like that. Pop these little bits back in there. Perfect. Let's just snip the corners. The way to do it is when you've snipped that off, turn it over and pop it onto the other side like that. And then you'll get the actual perfect cut like that on the other side. So then they should be even. Like that. Perfect. Look, white on the back. Look at that. Love it. This looks like it should have a washing line or something on it, doesn't it? Little thing of clothes. Oh, I'm loving it. So we need something to tuck into here, don't we? Actually, I'm not quite sure whether they're going to work, but I will leave them for now. I need something to tuck in the back. What did I thought? I thought this one was quite nice on the front. I think that sort of like goes together, doesn't it? And we need something to go in the back. I do like this pansy though. That keeps calling me, that pansy. That can sit on there, its little face poking out. Should we have follow your heart? Should we have a little word on there? On the back. Finish it off. Instead of putting a little bit of trim or something on there, I'll put this on there. Like that. Look at that. Lovely. Let's turn that over. Does she look a bit odd going sideways? I do like this though. Not sure she goes. Not sure I like her on there. What else can I have? Sorry guys, I'm being a little bit indecisive here. What have we got? I think got that one which I put inside. Should we just have some flowers? I'm going to put this one here. Do you think this will go? That will go because it's got that green in it. I wanted to use this. Look at that. That goes perfect, doesn't it? Where should we put it though? Underneath. I think it's going to go underneath. Pop this on first. Oh, my tummy is rumbling. I know why. It's because I can smell the food that I've made downstairs. It's wafting up through, I think. Where should we put that? Oh, I don't know. Decisions. I think I'm just going to pop it along the bottom bit. But yes, it does work because it's got the green in there. I'm going to have to use a little bit of glue gun, I think, on there. I can pop you down. Beautiful. We also had the butterfly, didn't we? This is a very, very pretty butterfly. Oh, look. Do you think we should put a butterfly? Got this one as well. That's a little bit too much. What should we put on there? I'm just going to daub just a tiny bit. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? That's going to be in the way of the... I'm going to take that off. I made a boo-boo there, guys. Don't do that. Oh, that was lucky. That would be in the way of that, and then it would bend everywhere. So maybe I'll pop him just up there, because I do like a little bit of a butterfly. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Let's just pop you on there. How pretty is that? Oh, so good. Right, before I do it up, let's have a little peek at the inside. We've got this, like that. Oh, do you know, didn't round the corners. Let's just quickly round the corners. There we go. There we go. A little bit of inking up. We can't have all of the corners chopped off and then have one with corners, can we? So there we go. Look at that, guys. That's lovely. So we've got a little tag in there. We've got our lovely little pad of paper, little notepad. We have our little flip. We have our little tuck in there. So that will do that. That will do that. This is the little tuck here, which is lovely. I don't think I'll round the corners on that one because it looks okay actually. And then we've got that one with the little pocket in the back. Follow your heart. And then this little one can go. No, we need the longer one to go around the back. And then this will do up like that. Oh, how cute is that? There we go. Actually, I'm liking that green. Then we've got this one, which we did in the beginning, which we got a little flippy flappy there, our little notepad, a little tag, a little tuck. That folds over, that folds over. We've got our lovely little unicorn in there. And then we've got our little seal. Oh no, it's an otter. Did I say seal before? It's a little otter. And I'm going to pop that around the edge. And then we are going to tie that up into a little bow. So how lovely. These are fabulous ones for little stocking stuffers nearer Christmas. Little happy mail. Oh my gosh, I'm dreadful at bows at the moment. There we go. Little bit of happy mail, or just for yourself in your journals. So there we go, guys. That is day 4. We have one more which will be coming out tomorrow, which will be the last one, and I think I might do a little Christmassy themed one, shall I? I think that will be quite nice for the last one. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Please take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.